So some major news just went off this morning. It's not a usual morning for me, obviously. Not a usual day to release a video, but this is going to be an unscripted video to talk about the breaking news that is Sony buying out Housemarque and Bluepoint Games. Of course, drop a like on the video, before we jump into it, and comment yes or no if you're surprised that Sony has acquired Bluepoint and Housemarque Studios. Let me know down in the comments below. So we're gonna first start off with reading the PlayStation blog in regards to what happened with the Housemarque buyout. There's actually a couple of details there, so we'll first go read the PlayStation blog, and then we'll take some notes from the Famitsu interview, and then we'll dive into the Bluepoint leak, and you'll understand why I say leak in a second. So reading from the PlayStation blog in regards to the Housemarque buyout, today I'm thrilled to welcome a new member to the PlayStation Studios family. I have been a fan of Housemarque, this is Herman Holtz talking, since the studio's early days when they introduced Super Stardust HD to PlayStation fans. Housemarque's recent release of Returnal proves the studio is one with incredible vision, capable of creating memorable new games that resonate with our community. This addition enhances the creative force of PlayStation Studios, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for Housemarque. Welcome to the family, Housemarque, and this is from El Rai. Hopefully I said that correctly. The co-founder and managing director of Housemarque. He states, "Today is a big day for Housemarque. It has been over 26 years in the making. Our strong partnership with Sony Interactive Entertainment started with Super Stardust HD on PlayStation 3, and since then we have made arcade-inspired games for all of the PlayStation platforms, with Returnal for PlayStation 5 our most recent release. Our biggest foray into third-person action gaming solidified our voice and brand in the industry as delivering unique and quality player experiences. We are so excited to finally join the PlayStation Studios family. This gives our studio a clear future and a stable opportunity to continue delivering on gameplay-centric approaches while still experimenting with new methods of narrative delivery and pushing the boundaries of this modern art form. Locally here in Helsinki, this also means that we will officially expand the PlayStation family to a growing industry hub and secure the legacy of the oldest game studio in Finland. Finally, what this means for our fans: we at Housemarque are gamers, and we have grown from the need to perfect and tinker with facets of games that we have found most fascinating. We are also not known for shying away from running our own course and trying out new combinations. With the backing of Sony Interactive Entertainment and its family of studios supporting us, we can truly grow into our place in the industry and show what Housemarque can create with no limitations. We can't wait to show everyone what will be in store in the upcoming years, and we hope to usher in more lasting memories and exhilarating titles for the future, for the next quarter century and beyond." So of course this is pretty major news that Sony has finally acquired Housemarque, but this is something that we've known. We've known that Sony was going to acquire Housemarque. If you've been following the channel, if you've been following my Twitter, or really just conversations in regards to PlayStation and Housemarque on the internet, people have known that Housemarque was going to be bought out by Sony. It just made perfect sense, and after Returnal, there was no doubt in anybody's mind that Housemarque was going to be a Sony first-party studios. And now we're here, and now it's official. But something that's even more interesting for me, before we dive into the additional details that comes from the Famitsu interview, is that even though, of course, now it's great that Sony has more titles for their first-party catalog, the bigger thing here is that think about the backing that Housemarque had before to make Returnal. Now they're a first-party studio, so their backing is probably going to be even greater. So their next title is going to be even bigger, something just more than what Returnal was, and Returnal was already something way more than what they've produced before with something like Dead Nation or Alien Nation, two of the titles that I really enjoyed from Housemarque. So I'm really excited to see what Housemarque produces in the future beyond Returnal, and I'm curious about the timing, because it seems like they basically have pointed out that they're expanding, they're getting bigger. So does that mean that their next game is going to be way bigger than Returnal? Returnal, but release, 3-4 years down the line, or maybe it'll be just a bit bigger than Returnal, but release closer in the near future. We'll see how all that plays out. I'm just throwing guesses out there right now just because of my pure excitement to see what they produce next. But beyond the details that we got from the PlayStation blog, we have Nibble here, or Nibble on Twitter, who basically pulled out some notes from the Famitsu interview that recently happened. And in the first point here, it states acquisitions talks started in 2020 but got delayed due to Returnal. So Sony already probably saw what Returnal could be in 2020. They saw how great of a title already was, and they probably realized that it'll probably resonate with PlayStation fans, and it did. In 2021, Returnal was a very successful title, a lot of people's game of the year, and I guess that pushed it maybe a bit further. They started in 2020, and then after Returnal's release, they were like, bam, we're locking these guys down. They're ours now. They're making PlayStation Studio titles. And beyond that, they state here, studio will be expanded. We already kind of talked about that, but the more people are being hired for the team, so it's going to be exciting to see what they do with a larger studio. And the final point here states, next game is planned to go beyond Returnal as a project. Tight gameplay, still a focus. So go beyond, not sure what that means. I'm assuming it means bigger than Returnal, bigger, more, crazier than what Returnal was. And Returnal was already a pretty big title for a lot of people. If we're going to take in the length of the game, a lot of people took a lot of time to finish the game. And go beyond could be Returnal 2. I'd buy that day one, 100%. Or it could be something else. So we'll see what it is. Very excited to see what it is. But now to move over to the Bluepoint acquisition, there isn't a blog post that we can read or go over because this was kind of leaked by the PlayStation Japanese account. So the PlayStation Japanese account tweeted out the blog post for the Housemarque buyout, but instead of using the Housemarque image, they used the Bluepoint image and basically said, welcome to the family. It's the same thing as the Housemarque buyout. But if you look at the image itself, you can see Housemarque is already there. So that means they were planning to announce this Bluepoint buyout next after Housemarque. So maybe it could happen later today. Maybe it could happen at the PlayStation event. I personally thought both of these would be at the PlayStation event, but maybe Sony wants to focus on the games over there. So we could hear about the Bluepoint buyout later today or later this week. It's probably in the near future for sure. So that's basically all to say on that part. But what's even more interesting now is that whatever Bluepoint is going to make next is going to be a PlayStation exclusive. So the rumors of Metal Gear Solid Remake, PlayStation exclusive. The rumors of whatever, if it holds any water, that Bluepoint and Square Enix are working on something, which is, I've thrown the guess that it could be Legacy of Kain. I've seen a lot of you get really excited about that. I do not know if it's Legacy of Kain. If it is, of course, I know a lot of you would be excited. I didn't know the fandom like that. You guys are clearly excited about Legacy of Kain. But even if it is Legacy of Kain or whatever it is, it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive title. So very excited to see what it is. PlayStation family now has two more amazing studios that have already proven themselves time and time again. Housemarque more recently with Returnal and the big leagues, I guess, before they proved it with their continued arcade titles that a lot of people love, including myself. So that's really the story here. Welcome Housemarque and I guess Bluepoint until Sony makes that blog post public. Welcome to the PlayStation family. Very excited to see what you guys produce next. I already like your current titles. Demon Souls is really hard. But that's really it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like button as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with welcome to the family. Obviously, welcoming Housemarque and Bluepoint to the first party studios family. And if you're excited about that, destroy the comment section with welcome to the family. And I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.